it to the trailer. Give it to the trailer. 4-on-1. Anderson, what a jam!
The 1988-89 Illinois basketball team is one of my all-time favorite college teams. They were just delightful to watch.
Bardo trying to keep it clear. Hamilton!
I think it's the greatest team that Illinois ever had.
Kendall Gill. Oh, what a great pass to Battle.
It was a dunk show from, really from the beginning to the end.
Schintzus. Oh, Battle. Schintzus and Battle slams it home.
Their speed, their athleticism, their shooting, their decision-making, their defense, all of those things just like come together all at once. And when you see them, it's like a great orchestra.
The Flying Illini.
The basketball symphony that was the 1988-89 Flying Illini represented the style that had been indoctrinated by the conductor of that iconic team, head coach Lou Henson.
Great feed inside, and Anderson with a huge jam.
A basketball culture that had been in the making since Lou Henson arrived more than a decade earlier.
The program, when Lou took over, was in really bad shape because they'd had sanctions. They'd only won 5 games the one year right before he took over.
We realized at the time the program was really down. I think they'd had one winning season since 1952. I knew it's a tough job, but I think I was ready for it.
Lou Henson had built a winning reputation by taking his alma mater, New Mexico State, to the NCAA tournament 6 times. But in 1975, he left the land of enchantment for the Illinois prairie, hell-bent on reviving a moribund Fighting Illini program.
Illinois, would be fair to say, in the mid-'70s was a bottom-half Big Ten team. Recruiting hadn't been established very well, particularly in the city of Chicago, and get Illinois back on the basketball map in the Big Ten.
When I came here 2 or 3 years before, they hadn't had any black players out of Chicago, and our goal was to break into that Chicago market, and we did. Levi Cobb was the first one we recruited. Then after that, it got a little bit easier to recruit Chicago players.
Henson quickly landed key in-state recruits like Eddie Johnson and Mark Smith, and by his 5th season had guided the Fighting Illini to a 3rd-place finish in the 1980 NIT. Henson's early success created a pipeline from the fertile recruiting grounds of Chicago and Peoria to Champaign, a pipeline that still flows a quarter-century later.
If you got the best players in the state of Illinois, you were going to be national contenders.
You look at our ball clubs now, I mean, that's just like a tradition. We generally have about 13 players, 11 or 12 of them are Illinois ball players, and many of them are out of Chicago.
All of the people that were being recruited all knew each other and wanted to play with each other. I think that was very important.
The reason he can bring people together is because he doesn't have a large ego. He's someone who demands respect, but he does it by giving respect.